Hello everyone, my name is Taiwo and you're welcome back to the channel today. Easy sewing with Ty. So to everyone that has subscribed so far, that always leave a comment for me, that likes my video, that supports this channel in one way or the other, I say a huge thank you. And if today is the first time you're stopping by, you're welcome as well. So today we'll be learning how to draft a long basic sleeve, and from this tutorial you'll be able to draft your preferred sleeve length accurately. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is to determine the length of the sleeve you're working with. So today we'll be drafting a long sleeve, okay? From this you'll be able to draft your short sleeve or 3/4 sleeve conveniently. So just be drafting a long sleeve today. So the measurement of the sleeve that I'm working with is 22. I'll put that there. I'll add 1 inches allowance to fold it at the hem, or it can be 2 depending on how wide you want the folding at the hem to be. So that's totally up to you, but I'll just be adding 1 inches. I'll go ahead and hold that. I'll go ahead and measure that and we'll connect it, hold it across. So after marking out the fold length, the next measurement you want to put down is the cap height. So this measurement is actually very important, if not the most important measurement, because that is what to a large extent will determine how you'll be able to move your arm, in the sleeve. If it is too low, then it will be difficult to move your arm. So to get the cap height measurement, you just need to do a simple calculation. Is nothing difficult. So this is cap height. B here stands for the bust measurement, so you'll be needing the bust measurement. So for the longest time, I usually have issues with my sleeve. The client or myself, I won't be able to move my arm freely till I was able to figure out that my cap height was the issue. It was too low. And since then, since I started using this formula, my sleeve has been perfect. So I'm sure it will work perfectly for you. So the bust divided by 12 plus 1 inches equals the cap height. CH is the cap height. For example, the bust measurement of this person this sleeve is being drafted for is 36. 36 divided by 12 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So just the bust divided by 12 plus 1, and that will give you the cap height. It is as simple as that. So our cap height is 4. I'll go ahead and put that down. Cap height is 4. The elbow length is 12 inches. So I'll just go ahead and put that here, and roll it across. So this is CH. This is elbow, and this is the length. So if you have checked my video on how to draft the basic bodies, then you would know that drafting the front armhole and the back armhole is totally different. And then it means you have to draft the front armhole and the back armhole for the sleeve differently as well. The way you draft that for the front is different from the way you draft that from the back. So we assume that this is the front. I'll go ahead and replicate this measurement here. Which will start at the back. I'll go ahead and do that. Then I just want to highlight this midpoint to make it visible. So I'll just go ahead and trim off this excess here so we don't get confused. So after obtaining this, the next thing you want to do is to put in the bicep measurement. So the bicep that I'm working with here is 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. Okay. So you make sure that the 6.5 is at this midpoint. Then you take the measurement here and here. So I like to add half an inch for ease to the bicep measurement. So that is what I do personally, and it works for me. So I'll add half an inch to both sides this way. Remember, we are drafting a basic sleeve. So the elbow measurement that I'm working with is 11. 11 divided by 2, that is 5.5. I'll go ahead and put 5.5 at the middle and measure that out. So for the elbow measurement, I don't add any ease to it. And now for the wrist measurement is what will be taken at the length. So to accurately measure your wrist, here is what you want to do. You want to make sure that your palm is folded this way, and you place the measurement like this, making sure that it can move in and out freely. So I have, this is 9. I'll go ahead and put 4.5 on both sides like we've been doing. And I'll just connect everything. I'll just go ahead and connect everything this way. So you would notice that I did not extend the measurement to the hemming allowance that was here. You'll get to know why as we proceed. So I'll just add 1 inches sewing allowance to all the measurements. This is optional on your pattern paper. You can decide to add that on your fabric, but I just want to add it here. And I'll connect it. So after obtaining it, what you want to do now is to make a triangle. Make a triangle from here to here to here. Not to the allowance, but to the bicep measurement. To the bicep measurement. To the biceps measurement. So go ahead and do that. So after getting this, what you want to do, we'll start with the front and then we'll go to the back. Remember I told you the front armhole, the side that will be fixed to the armhole, will be drafted differently because the front and the back armhole drafted on the basic bodies was drafted differently. So the first thing you want to do is to locate the midpoint. So I have 8 here. The midpoint is 4. Now this is common to both sides. You do the same for this side. Locate the midpoint here, 4. Then you divide this into 2 and you locate the midpoint. So let me use the green marker for this. That is 2. Do the same. Yeah, that's 2 also. Basically, what we just want to do is to divide the space into 3. That's 2. So the first thing is to divide this line into 2, obtain the midpoint. Then from the midpoint to this place, divide it into 2, and do the same for this side. Divide it into 2 also. So what you want to do now is from here, from the mark closest to the apex, you want to go up by 0.75. You want to go up by 0.75. And from the point closest to this side, closest to this, you want to come down 0.5. You want to come down by ½ inch. So once you've been able to do that, you just need to connect from this point to the midpoint, for then here to here. Just connect it this way. You can use your curve and you can do it. Use the free hand to do it this way. So make sure that it passes through the midpoint. Like this. And you'll make sure that it eases into this place like this. And we are done with the front. So for the back now, the same thing. You'll come up by 0.75 here at the point that is closest to the apex. You go up by 0.75. Then here again, you divide it into 2. You divide it into 2. And you come down by quarter of an inch. It does not have to be deep at all. And you connect it. So for the back, it does not necessarily have to go through the midpoint like the front armhole did. It does not have to go through the midpoint. Let me use this red marker for that. And voila, we are ready. So what you would notice is that here for the front, it actually went in here towards it actually went in this way compared to the back. You will notice that the back just went in slightly. That's why I said just quarter of an inch is fine. Sometimes even depending on the outfit I'm making, I will just connect it to this straight line, this way. I won't even go down by quarter of an inch. Just connect to this straight line like this. And the basic sleeve is ready. So I'll cut it out now and I'll show you. Then when I'm done cutting it out, the difference between the front and the back will be noticeable. I'll go ahead and cut it out now. So before cutting it out, you remember I said I did not take this measurement to this place. That's because you would want to fold it in. You'd want to fold it in, because if you cut it, if you take the measurement to the hem allowance and you cut it that way, when you actually fold it in, it won't match up. So here's what you want to do. You want to fold it in like this. Then you would cut. Then you actually cut. So this is it. You can see what I'm saying. You can see the way the curve is. You can see that it eased into this cap height line here. It eases into it. It not just come up or come below it. It just eases in like that. Even for the back as well, you can see. So I'll fold it in now. So now this is what I'm saying. You can see that there's a slant. There's a slant. Yes. If we had measured it, that slant will not be there. And by the time we fold it in, let me use this as an example. Let me take the measurement and show you what I'm saying. So if you are taking the measurements, this is what we have. And by the time we fold it in, you can see that there is a shortage compared to this, that it tallies with this. So that's the reason for that. So I'm folding it in again. So you can see this is the front and this is the back. You can see that the front actually went deeper than the back. You can see that it's different. Yes, you can see that it's different. So here is how to draft a basic sleeve. So if you are working with a short sleeve, all you have to do is just put your desired length and do the same thing. The cap height is very important, please, and this as well. And that brings us to the end of today's tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Kindly give it a thumbs up if you do. Leave a comment for me in the comment section. You can connect with me on Instagram at @tyke_tyke_couture. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, now is the time to do so. Kindly hit the subscription button and put on the notification bell to get notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you for staying to the end. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all.